The Assessor's Gamble. A Tale of Power, Property, and Ruin. Chapter 1. The Rise of Carter Holdings. In the heart of Bedford, Texas, stood two office buildings, one a sleek glass tower reflecting the sky, the other a brick fortress of ambition. These buildings belonged to Carter Holdings, a once thriving real estate company founded by a James Carter, a visionary investor. James had built his empire on strategic acquisitions, offering businesses prime office space. His properties, including the one at 4009, had been pillars of stability in the local economy. But in the shadows, an unseen force prepared to dismantle everything he had built. Image: the two office buildings standing tall, bustling with cars and employees. Chapter 2. The Assessor's Arrival. Enter Richard Langston, the county assessor, a man infamous for his aggressive property valuations. Known for driving property taxes sky high, Richard had a reputation for pushing owners to their limits. When Carter Holdings came up for reassessment, Richard saw an opportunity. He claimed the district had undervalued the buildings for years and issued a shocking new valuation, doubling the tax burden overnight. Image: Richard Langston in his office studying Carter Holdings' financial records. Chapter 3. The battle begins. James Carter was blindsided. The new tax assessment meant his properties were suddenly unprofitable. He appealed, hiring lawyers and real estate experts to fight back. But Richard was relentless. He pointed to the rising market, new developments, and inflated projections to justify his decision. The county board sided with him. James now owed millions more in taxes, money he didn't have. Image: a tense courtroom scene, James Carter arguing his case while Richard smirks in the background. Chapter 4. The Collapse. With mounting debts, James was forced to lay off employees and cut services. Tenants, fearing instability, moved out. Soon, his once thriving offices stood half empty, a shadow of their former selves. The for sale or lease sign went up. It was a painful admission of defeat. Banks refused to refinance, and investors backed away. Within months, Carter Holdings declared bankruptcy. Image: the brick building at 4009, now with an empty parking lot and a for sale sign. Chapter 5. The Irony of Greed. Richard Langston celebrated his victory, believing he had secured more tax revenue for the county. But without tenants, the buildings lost value. The very assessments that drove Carter Holdings out of business now made the properties worthless. Investors avoided Bedford, fearing similar treatment. The tax base shrank, and soon even Richard's job came under scrutiny. Image: the once bustling business district, now filled with empty offices and abandoned parking lots. And Epilogue: a lesson in power. James Carter left Texas, vowing never to return. Richard Langston, once feared, faded into irrelevance as the economy suffered. The office buildings remained, silent monuments to a battle of greed, power, and unintended consequences. Image: the abandoned offices, a symbol of a failed system. Moral of the story: sometimes, in the pursuit of revenue, those in power destroy the very thing they seek to control. The Assessor's Gamble. A lesson in unchecked authority and the fragile nature of success.